The following is a fan-based discussion. All properties discussed are property of Toei Inc., Bandai, Hasbro, and Subaru Productions.
We're ready. Hello, everybody.
Hello. Welcome back to Tokucast.
Yes, Jacob just did his list. I've been trying to do mine, because it has been quite some time since we've done any of these, so it's good to have an update.
Mm-hmm.
I have several on here that I think are just the pinnacle, as I make an update, the pinnacle of
I know how you feel.
Types of series. Because I'm doing the same categories that Jacob did. Toku's fun, melodrama, underdogs, misfits, teamwork makes that dream work, and taking risks and pushing boundaries. So,
I'm excited to see, for starters, I didn't expect you to do the same thing I did, so thank you for using my template. I like this.
it works.
I'm looking forward to seeing what your picks are, how they've been updated.
Yes, Pixar. I still haven't seen Turning Red.
It's really good.
Okay.
Turning Red's really good.
Alright, so we're going to start off, just like you did, with Toku is Fun.
Yes.
Number one for the best category. Zenkaiger.
Okay.
I love that show
That's a good pick. Good pick for this category.
It's so fun.
Zenkaiger is so much fun.
It's hilarious. I haven't laughed that hard at a show in years.
What is the moment that made you laugh the hardest?
How much time we got? It would either have to be the Love, the Couples
the Jetman episode, the Jetman tribute,
or the Halloween one.
Okay.
Or when they just completely you came to the wrong neighborhood on the Bat one.
That's what I was thinking. The Bat Monster's just hanging around and they go full Red Man on his ass.
What are you doing here? No!
It's great. Zenkaiger is so much fun. I love that show.
I really just enjoyed all of it. For the worst, Ghost.
That tracks.
I can tell that this show was trying to do something. You can tell it's trying to do something from the opening, but I hate it.
For you, it's the opposite of fun.
It really is. It's one of those things where I'm just like, why was this? Why?
And I know you like the character outside of the show, like in the Ghost XA team up, for example,
because other people write him better.
Yeah.
So it's just like, what do you do? This show just didn't. There was no joy. Marie Kondo said no. For the blandest. Actually, before that, I'm actually going to do an honorable mention for the best. I was going to put Kamen Rider. I really enjoyed so much of the comedy in that show, so I think that just made it the most fun.
Okay.
But for the blandest.
Kamen Rider's a good honorable mention, too, yeah.
The other car show.
Yes.
Go on, Jerry.
Really? That's your blandest pick? Okay. I'm a little surprised.
It really was just like, that the entire thing. I've cooled on it, but it definitely doesn't really do anything.
Go Anja really is, I think, one of the worst examples of let's take things they do in anime but put them in live action.
Yeah.
Because it definitely feels like there's a lot of anime influence in this show.
Yeah. From
the way characters talk to their mechs, everything in between.
Yeah.
And it just doesn't work.
Yeah. For the next one, Toku is a melodrama. As you said, that is the fight between good and evil. I did have a little bit of a hard choice, so I actually put two here.
Okay.
For the best.
Your list, do what you want.
One a little bit more standard, the other one takes a little bit different direction. But for Toku is melodrama, the best category award goes to... It's a tie! For the first one, I have Deca Ranger. Where that is legitimately...
Yep. It's a cop procedural.
Yeah, it's a cop procedural. So they're, fighting against the bad guys.
The bad guys.
They're police. That's sort of what they do. It's in the job description.
Yep.
So I put that one there. I just think Deca Ranger did that just so incredibly well. Especially
Deca Ranger might be one of the most rewatchable Toku.
Agreed.
It's very rare to find Toku that I feel like I want to go back and rewatch. Deca Ranger is one where I'm like, I think I want to go watch Deca Ranger again. And you can throw any episode on.
You really could.
And just have yourself a good old time. And I think that definitely gives it the leg up.
Personal favorite, the SWAT two-parter.
Cool.
For the other half of this, I put Changeman.
Okay. Changeman.
I really think that one just really nailed fighting Unicron. So, and the Transformers movie is pretty,
voiced by Orson Welles.
Yeah, it's pretty, bare bones, fighting good against evil, and it's really what this sort of boils down to. He's taken over all these other planets, subjugated the people under them, and then we have, some of the villains that they were fighting against switch over to their side at the end of it. Or in the case of Booba, death is better than subjugation, and I really just loved watching that show. I just thought it just nailed it so incredibly perfectly.
Nice.
I love Change Man. Honorable mention, Live Man. Was going to put it here. Unfortunately,
Live Man is a good pick for this, I think.
Yes,
yeah.
Vega Baby unfortunately exists. And Black and Green.
Black and Green come in too late.
They really didn't get as much to do.
Green gets pregnant his first episode. That was the Vega Baby episode.
Worst.
Oh boy.
Power Rangers, Mega Force, and Super Mega Force.
Oh. Wow. Yeah, I didn't have any Power Rangers on my list. But yeah. That's a good pick. That's a good pick for this category.
It's so incredibly bland, and there's no real dynamic to it, which is weird because one of the shows that they adapted had dynamic as a whole word.
Go say dynamic, yeah.
Yeah. The show was bad.
It's really bad, yes.
It's just like, we're going to do all this stuff, but not really give
I will say, though, one of my favorite reviews that we've done.
Oh, yeah, that was pain.
It was pain, but, like, I mean, that's the real differentiation between something good and something that's bland is the, bad or bland. At least one is interesting to talk about.
Yeah.
The other one, not so much.
Pretty much. All right. Now, for the blandest.
Okay.
Hyakuju Sentai Garo Ranger.
Oh, great pick. That's a great pick for bland. Wow.
The show was really bland.
Oh, boy.
Really, really, really bland. It's just... It's one of those shows where the only thing I remember is when...
Blue died.
4/6 of the team dies.
Yeah. And then they immediately come back.
Yeah, so it's just...
You have your bad guys, you have your good guys. We don't really innovate beyond that. We don't really do anything interesting with it.
Yep.
And we don't do anything, and it's not executed to the level of fun that Deca Ranger is.
Yep.
So you're left with a flat line. So yeah, good pick for the bland.
Now, for this one, for Underdogs and Misfits,
Okay.
I have another two for the top. For the best, it's a tie again.
Mm-hmm.
Go Kaiser, number 1. They are,
They are space pirates, wanted criminals.
Yes, and they're all from different walks of life, all coming together, and then we get Silver later on.
We got a war doctor, we got a Sentai fanboy, a pirate captain, a thief, a princess, and a swordsman.
Yeah. It's just, the show just really...
Good pick, yeah.
The dynamic works together.
Mm-hmm.
As we saw in the show was a lot of fun. And when they did really focus on the characters, it's just like, all right, we can see exactly where you're coming from.
Mm-hmm.
Still a personal favorite episode of mine is Pink's episode where she ends up fighting against the guy who blew up the planet.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Great times.
Good stuff.
For the other one, Mega Ranger. I just, basically the computer club.
The computer club at high school is tasked with saving the world.
Yeah. I just love them. They're still one of my favorite casts.
Do you love it as much as you love Korean barbecue?
Yes.
There you go.
And that's saying something.
There you go.
Because I love me some Korean barbecue.
Yeah. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Mega Ranger is a ton of fun.
It's so good.
You dancing to that theme song when we were in college, breaking down Matt's door, or us like watching because I'm pretty sure we watched the finale together.
We did
in the living room. Yeah, good times.
The week we graduated.
Yeah.
All right.
Apropos.
For the worst.
Oh boy.
Z Ranger.
Ooh.
Taken out from their world, placed into this one, and
people out of time.
Nobody's interested except the one green arc, and then he dies. So I mean, like, what you got?
We got Machiko Soga.
That's fair, but just terms of the actual team. No, they're just really, really bland.
A misfit angle or underdog angle in the sense that like they lost, they were placed out of time along with the villains.
And the show doesn't present it well.
No, and another thing, it's like the person out of time. You could use that as a great angle to tell, a good fish out of water story.
Yeah.
I think the most fish out of water we ever seem to get is like their weapons break, and then they have to get the proper ones.
Yeah. It's one of those things where I don't think the fantasy setting worked in what we were given. Especially when you're coming between two shows that are very modern in approach. You get this one, you're just like, ugh. Next, for the Blandest.
Oh boy.
We have a tie.
A tie?
No,
Oh,
it's
goodness.
not really a tie, because I think we actually put the same one here.
Oh.
The Cho Station series.
Did I have that as 3? I had that for Melodrama.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, all 3 of them.
The cast of all 3 of this show were not good.
Yeah.
Like, it was sort of like, we're all coming together, but at the same time, to sit here like, wow, if I could fall asleep during this, that would be a...
I mean, it feels like they were like, what are the other guys doing? Again, it's copying the smart person's homework and be like, well, what are they doing?
Yeah.
Oh, they have these kinds of characters. Let's do that.
It's just bad. And it makes me upset. But at the same time, I also don't care enough about it to really do anything about it.
Yeah, there you go.
All right. For teamwork, makes that dream work. For the best,
What you got?
Magi Ranger.
Yeah, Magi Ranger's a great pick.
That family really does end up coming together by the end of the show, especially when it's the kids basically having to raise themselves for a good portion of it until Magi Mother and Wolzord Fire come back, and along with Gold, Magi Shine. Is them learning how to incorporate themselves together, not just as a team, but also as a family, and work around their struggles and things of that nature. It's such a good show, and seeing them, combine powers and things like that, and actually have to learn how to make the mechs.
Yep,
it's just so good. I love Magi.
Working as a family.
It's so good.
It's a great show.
I love it.
I like Magi Ranger.
For the worst, there are a couple of ties in this one. For the worst and the Blandest, we got some ties.
Ooh.
For the worst, we got Saber. Because
we agree there. I had this one in the same category. Yeah.
Nobody works in this show together. It's bad. We went over it pretty much ad nauseum in both the review and what your list.
And how we would fix.
Yeah, Saber it needed a lot of fixing. For the other worst, though, Ultraman Rube.
Oh, God. I didn't even think about that one, but I think that one works. Yeah. I think that one really works.
I hate the brothers. I hate the family. Nobody. They're just annoying. I think
they're annoying. They're not. I don't think they're well written, and it feels like they prioritized ways to insert comedy over telling a good story or trying to characterize them.
Like, yes, we have Black Nora Schwartz, Darkness, and I thought he was really funny.
Schwarzenegger.
or Schwarzenegger. But the latter half of the show, once he's gone, like, there's no good comedy. There's no joy in watching it.
I mean, even Orb Schwarzenegger feels like they took... What if we took Kosei Kogami from O's and just made him the bad guy?
Yeah.
But with, I don't know, he's just not as interesting.
Yeah.
But Rube, yeah, that's a good pick. What's the other one?
No, those just...
Oh, there wasn't a tie.
No, it was Saber and that one.
Oh, right.
For the Blandest, Ultraman Ginga-S.
Oh, boy.
The team wasn't great. What we ended up getting on, with the actual organization that he was working with also wasn't great. Victory was okay, but I don't think there was really anything that could really save this show, especially coming off of Ginga, which it was just awful. So, yeah, Ginga-S was just really boring to watch.
Yeah, it was.
However, this one does have a tie as well.
And what would that be?
Taiga. Ultraman Taiga.
Oh, boy.
The reason why I'm putting this in the bland category and not the worst is because the net dramas that they had, like all the voice dramas and everything, saved the hell out of these characters. The voice dramas...
Taiga, forgive me if I'm misremembering, that's the guy where you had it was the host and he had like 3 different ultras and then the strong guy, Taiga, and the faster one.
Taiga, Fuma, and Titus.
Right.
The
muscle.
He had, they all have really good backstories, but like I said, everything happens in the voice drama. The show itself, not good. Not great. All right, for taking risk and pushing boundaries for the best.
What we got?
Garo Season 1.
Really?
I put that there, especially, it was the first one, well, it was the first Garo season, but it also showed what a darker Toku could really do without taking it in the Amazon's lane. It was just like, we're going to go, fairly dark on this, showing that, life isn't good, but we also have these protectors here with both the knights and the priests and, best girl Jabby. What are you going to do? She might have died, but she came back.
We do love ourselves some Jabby. She's incredible.
Yeah, Season 1, essentially, the thing that really sold me on this is watching the out-of-suit fights. Coming off of Sentai, Sentai and Rider, where they really didn't do as many coming into this. They started doing them again recently. But, the last time we really saw a lot of out-of-suit fighting that really made me pay attention was Die Ranger. Because, pretty much everybody was a martial artist. So, that's what he came in on. But seeing Garo just beating ass and then fighting Zero in Zero's first actual episode was one of the most insane things I had seen in the Toku production. So it really took a risk and just pushed it to show exactly what are we going to do here and set up what Garo was going to be. I loved it. Worse. Bill. This is what happens when you have an unchecked imagination and nobody tells you no. Because they should have stopped when they got too far. When the aliens in space started coming in, nope. The story went off the rails too far. Too much. The bad guy could have killed him at any time. And there was never a good enough reason for why he didn't do it. Like, I can understand if he was, playing with them or something. But it's never really set up that way for him to do that. And I'm just like, wow, this show just should have been a war show. And I think it would have been great. Would have been very good. For the Blandest.
Oh, this ought to be interesting.
Garo Season 4. The one with his son.
That's actually a pretty good pick, I think.
It didn't feel like it did anything new. And I could tell it was trying to do something, setting up more of a lineage, because we knew that Koga's father, the hot granddad, was the previous Garo.
Right.
And in this one, they sort of try to set up the same thing, but I don't think it works nearly as well.
No, it doesn't.
No.
Pretty much everything involving Koga's son has been kind of a flat line for me.
Yeah.
The last movie that he was in, the last Garo thing that we got, actually, that was okay. But yeah,
But that was mostly just because we saw Koga and Hot Granddad.
Yeah, even then it could have been done better.
It could have. But yeah, the Season 4 was just I really did not like the female lead in this show. She was just really I could sort of understand that that's sort of the point of the character, but I don't think her actress was really up to snuff to be able to give everything that character needed to be able to give. So it sort of hurt that a little bit.
I do think we've had worse, though.
Oh, yeah. Her name is Rekka.
Rekka, I was also going to say, I think her name's Alice from Dragon Blood.
Yeah.
Wow, that was one of the worst performances I've ever seen in Toku. It's really bad.
It's awful. But yeah, that's my list.
Wow, that's a good list.
Thank you.
Very you.
Thank you so much. This list is pretty much exactly what I would put here. I sort of just, there were a couple other things I definitely could have changed. I almost wanted to put Geki Ranger in a couple of categories, wanted to put Opera Ranger in a couple of categories, just for all the good stuff. But I couldn't really fit it in there where I wanted things to be, even with the various ties and stuff. But yeah, that's my list. Let us know what you think about it in the comments below. And don't forget to join us next time. Go to all the things. Bye, everybody.
I was waiting for you to say something, but thank you for watching.